Welcome back to Super Talk Outdoors. I enjoyed that conversation with Mark Lance. Now let's shift gears and move over to Captain Kyle Johnson. He's a saltwater fishing guide here in coastal Mississippi. He's a regular on this show, someone I really, really enjoy spending time with. His company is Coastal Waters Outfitters, and he's a hell of a fisherman. Kyle, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Hey, you don't know it, but I was right behind your house yesterday with my son and my dad catching fish. I almost FaceTimed you.
Hey, listen, I took Jordan wasn't feeling well yesterday afternoon, so I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. I took Liam and Mila for a quick little trip, and I cast a net before I left the house, man. I caught literally the largest shrimp we've caught all year long. I mean, just gigantic shrimp. And that was our bait. In fact, they were almost too big. But well, we had a really good fishing time. And then we came back here, and as I mentioned, I was cooking some chicken thighs, and I noticed that Jordan had cleared the pool deck, and I looked at the pier, and he was down there throwing the net, and he caught some and cleaned them real quick and brought them back up, and we skewered them and put them on the green egg when I got done cooking the chicken thighs. But the fishing, man, I tell you what, fishing continues to be truly incredible, hasn't it?
It is. This has been arguably one of the best fishing years since most people have been alive down here. And that's been said by a lot of guides, a lot of people that have been fishing here for a long time. It's been off the charts good. You know, we had our what you would expect of a slower time, in August. It got a little tricky. The trout kind of turned off a little bit for about a week or two, but then it just got right back to being good. So just about everything we're targeting is acting like it should. It's kind of where it should be for this time of year. And that's good because previous years things have been a little early, things have moved in places early and things like that. But I would say, what I'm seeing, things are just they're spot on schedule, and that's always a good thing. So.
Yeah, Jordan and a friend of his went out Saturday morning, fished exclusively in Back Bay. And they caught some beautiful flounder, some 3 or 4 slot redfish, beautiful redfish, and I think 1 or 2 specks. But it was, he said fishing was just awesome. I mean, and the tide was up a little bit, so they were able to get into some of these little hideaway bays inside some of the saltwater marsh, and they had a great time, and the water, it's been smooth, and it's been the little crispness in the air. That's been pretty cool. I have to tell you, man, we've done a lot of backwater fishing this summer, but we haven't been offshore as much as we normally do. And it's not because we didn't want to. I mean, we just couldn't find a weekend with with kids and grandkids and all the activities and stuff. It's hard to get everybody in tune with when to go. And then when we could figure it out, the weather didn't cooperate. So anyway, it's been one of those years. But when you fish about 7 days a week like you do, you're going to find something to do, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been doing a lot of interesting stuff. This is my 6th year full-time guiding, and I have a lot of regulars. So you got to kind of keep it fresh, So some people want to do the same thing every trip. Some people want to do something different every time. So I'll have clients that come different times of the year, but I have a lot of set clients that, when they come is the only time they can come. Like they can only come in June or May or whatever. So this year, I introduced a lot of clients into sight fishing and literally sight fishing everything. Black drum on the flats, redfish on the flats, some trout here and there, which is extremely difficult. Of course, cobia and triple tail. So just been kind of my kick lately, and it started in the spring, just kind of one of my things. I said, all right, y'all been coming with me long enough. Y'all can cast good. Let's get some sight casting knocked off the bucket list. And when you introduce somebody that first time sight casting, it doesn't matter what type of fish it is. When you see the fish and you cast at it and you get it to eat, it is a total new level of addiction. So now I've got people wanting to do it, all year round. Like, can we go sight casting? I'm like, oh, we can go look. I don't know what we're going to see, but if we see something, you can throw at it. But it's been really fun. So that's kind of been my little kick lately. And right now, the redfish will start kind of showing back up at the barrier islands, the slot reds. And as the big bull reds move back offshore, right now they're in real close. The bull reds and jacks are going nuts on all the pogies up close. That's what they're gorging on those menhaden. And soon that'll fizzle out. Probably any day now, to be honest with you, with these little cold fronts. That water temp drops down, they're going to move out. But the slot redfish will get back in the bay systems. I mean, they've been in there all year, but they'll get thicker and they'll show back over the islands. And it's a pretty fun thing to do. Not a lot of people out the islands during the winter. Most people are hunting, so you can kind of get a whole flat to yourself and just do some sight casting. It's a really good time.
Hey, listen, when at one point in my life, my family, I was here by the time I was on the Mississippi Gulf Coast by the time I was 4, but we lived on Santa Rosa Island on the beach of Santa Rosa Island. But then my grandparents were there, owned a business there for most of my younger years. So we would spend summers over in Pensacola, and they would let me as a young kid go fish off the Pensacola pier. And here, I mean, I was like 12 years old, 10 years old, standing on the rail, with a Mitchell spinning reel and casting, sight casting at bonita and jacks and king mackerel and lemonfish. I swear, that's how I learned how to fish. And speaking of you posted that video, and that video you posted of these just redfish and Jack Crevalle boiling. It's like you would see off of Ship Island, but it was on the front beach. I mean, that's incredible to see that, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's kind of one of my programs this time of year. August into about, if we're lucky, about the second week of September, and we're kind of coming up on that. Is like I said, the pogies, the menhaden get pushed really close inshore, and that's when those big schools. I mean, they've been, I've learned I can't post things as they come. That video was from that day, but we've been doing that for like the past 3 weeks. We've been running. We just run up and down the beach. We run up and down the beach, and I tell my clients, I said, look, we got to find these fish. They'll be busting on top of the water. They say, what does it look like? I said, it looks like a bunch of bowling balls hitting the water. And they think I'm joking until we pull up to it and you see it. You saw it in that video. You can see pogies getting slammed out of the water. And it's a fun time. I like throwing big artificial baits at them. We throw big 7-inch Z-mans and big mirror lures. Sometimes we throw poppers at them, big top waters, and they just go nuts. And they're just running up and down the beach. There's no rhyme or reason. You gotta run up and down the beach till you find them. And there is a little bit of skill involved as far as if you want to stay with a school. Because I have seen a lot more people starting to go up and fish these because it's not really good eating. It's just a fun time. It's not good eating fish, just fun time. So I do see more people starting to do this, and what I see a lot of people do is they run straight into the school. And when you do that, you just kind of spread the school out, and they go down, and then it gets harder. So what you really want to do is you want to watch it. You want to see which direction they're going, because they're either going east or west. And you just get up ahead of it and you turn your motor off. If you got a trolling motor, put your trolling motor down. And if you just wait and you have your motor off, that school will come to you. And that's how you can pick one or two of them off, fight them, and then by the time you're done fighting them, you can start the motor back up and get back in front of the school, and you can stay with a school for hours. We have before. I've got clients that want to catch those things till their arms fall off. I don't get it, but I just they're paying me, so I'm gonna do what they want to do. But it's a fun time to do it that way.
Some of the people who join me here, like I think of my friend Travis Dunn in the Mississippi Delta. When he comes down here, he's not interested in catching something that we can eat. He wants to pull, man. Because I mean, you think about a jack or amberjack or something like that. Golly, Pete, man, they can wear you out. And for people who don't get to do it very often, that's a lot of fun, man, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Jack Crevalle has become more and more popular over the years. It's fishing purists will kind of argue that, but it is starting to get a little more respect because it is such a strong fish, and it's just so ferocious, and it's fun. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's fun. And do you know Marcus Dryman from Mississippi State University? You know him?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, he's a marine
No.
biologist, pretty well known with Mississippi State, the campus here on the coast, and I'll actually be taking him out tomorrow. They started a program last year tagging the Jack Crevalle because in some parts of Florida they're seeing really low numbers of jacks, and we're not here, but some parts of Louisiana and some parts of Florida. So they handed out kits to captains. It was all done through the Saltwater Fishing Guides Association, and they contacted me. I tagged a bunch of them last year, and I just got with them and said, "Hey, man, I got Tuesday open if you want to go tag a couple jacks." So,
Hey, tell him I'd love to have him on the show. I'd love to come talk about that program. That'd be a cool show. We're visiting with Captain Kyle Johnson, talking about the phenomenal fishing in coastal Mississippi. My friend Lake Pickle actually got a video of a pogie boat with some bycatch. It was a tarpon trying to get out of the net. I'm just kind of curious what Kyle sees in that from time to time. We'll see you after this break. Welcome back to Super Talk Outdoors. We're visiting with Captain Kyle Johnson. He has Coastal Water Outfitters and phenomenal fisherman here in coastal Mississippi. And as he mentioned, the fishing now is as good as people can remember. It's really incredible here in coastal Mississippi. Hey, one quick note. You were talking about killing the engine and waiting for those schools along Front Beach to come to you. If you think about like when the redfish are schooling off of like Ship Island, for example, what I have found is when people rush up to them and cause them to go deep, what I'll do is not go try to chase them down. I just literally kind of sit still and just watch the depth finder. And I remember one particular trip not too long ago. I mean, I just watch a depth finder, and when they start schooling underneath, I tell people just drop straight down. And at one time I had 5 fishermen on the boat at the same time. Everybody drops down, and I said, let it hit the bottom and just work it up. And all 5 rods would be bending at the same time. All 5 would catch fish. When you see them like that, Kyle, that is the best of the best, isn't it?
yeah, I think that trip was that the trip you took the guys out and they were coming with me the next day? It was Jordan's friends,
Yeah, it
right?
was. It sure
Yeah.
was.
I was like,
Yeah.
gosh dang, Ricky set the bar high. I was like, golly. But no, we ended up having a really good trip too. That was a fun group of guys too.
Yeah, it
They were
was.
talking about that all day. They were like, we got our big fish itch. We want to get some eating fish now. I said, all right. Well,
Hey, listen, incidentally, those are all my son Justin's fraternity brothers, and they've all gone on. Most of them are married now. Some of them have kids, but I think most of them have kids. And they are extremely successful, every single one of them. I guess you wouldn't be surprised to hear that. They're just sharp young men. Hey, as I mentioned, Lake Pickle posted a video of a pogie boat with a tarpon trying to jump out. First of all, people don't think of coastal Mississippi as having tarpon, but we do catch tarpon here from time to time. In fact, certain times of the year, it's a great fish to target. But it always concerned me the bycatch that we see with pogie boats. And what I have found in my time as the publisher of the Sun Herald, when we would start talking about pogie boats, I found that their lobbying efforts were pretty strong, and a lot of people stay away from them because of that. That's an interesting problem, or interesting challenge. I also got some reports of some dead redfish off the mouth of the Biloxi Bay, and some believe that it's associated with the pogie boat activity there. But over the years, you've seen your share of bycatch issues, haven't you?
We have, man. I don't know. I believe you might have still been at the Sun Herald whenever they did a story on me. I mean, it had to have been over 10 years ago when Troy Helwig and I found all those dead tarpon south of Cat Island. And, well, it was well over 10 years ago now. It was probably 2012 or 13, I think. But, I've seen a lot of the destruction, and it's hard to argue. Years ago, you would see redfish that were their bellies were cut, and it's because they were trying to sink them so they wouldn't float anymore, and they got in trouble for that. It's a constant battle. It's one thing that recreational and commercial fishermen can actually agree on. It is a very big issue here. There's a reason why they are banned in all other waters but ours in Louisiana. So we're the only ones left. They've ran them out of the East Coast. They realized the damage and destruction that was being done, and they got rid of them. And unfortunately, here they're just letting them do whatever, and it's very unfortunate to see firsthand all the destruction.
I think they have a very active lobby. That's my read on it, and extremely politically connected. And that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be incredible conversations taking place around that process and the bycatch and whether it's something we should tolerate in Mississippi. There should be, I think, should be a vigorous debate and conversation about it. And we probably should ramp that back up again at some point. Listen, as we go forward, what are you looking forward to from a fishing point of view?
Well, yesterday, like I said, I've been taking my weekends off, trying to at least, if I don't, weather doesn't mess me up during the week, I don't have to reschedule trips. I like to have my weekends off and spend time with the family. And we went to a Southern Miss game on Saturday, and while we were there, Fisher said, "Daddy, I want to go fishing tomorrow." I said, "You got it." So me, him, and my dad went. And that's our little thing. We like to try, us three fish together as much as possible. And I'm ready for the back bay to be really good. It's decent all year round, but in the winter, as the temperatures drop, notably when they get closer to like 65, 60 degrees water temp, that's when it really gets good. But everything's starting to move back there and act as it should. Like you said, the amount of bait back there is insane. And it's funny you say that about the shrimp off of your dock, because we were fishing a point. It's one of the points Jordan likes to fish right there by your house. But we were fishing a point, and we were catching a couple of trout here and there. And you could see the shrimp just jumping out of the water coming around the point as the tide was moving. So it's definitely about to get really, really good. But we had a great trip. Fisher, he loves redfish. He loves the pool of redfish. And we got some nice slot reds, some puppy drum, what we call them, some smaller black drum that are good eating. And man, he talked me into keeping some croakers for him. So, you got those croakers back there that are like a pound, like the big ones that are like 12 inches, and we caught one or two of those. And he goes, "What do these taste like?" And my dad grew up in Metairie, and he said, "They're great. You need to try them." So we kept a couple for him to try.
Hate to cut it short. We're out of time, but I appreciate you joining us, Kyle Johnson. Listen, have a great day. Stay safe in the outdoors, and we'll see you next week.